Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Mr. Vargas, and this is Foundations of Programming. Today, I am going to be talking about the tool that we use in this class named Alice. This is an outline of today's presentation. So first, I'm going to talk about what you can actually make with Alice. Then I want to talk about who's behind Alice, who has put this piece of software together. After that, I want to talk about where you can get Alice. So you can download and install it on whatever machines that you have. Then I'm going to be talking about why we picked Alice. Of all the different environments and languages out there, we picked Alice for a reason, and I want to share that with you. And then finally, I am going to have some next steps for you, some things for you guys to work on to familiarize yourselves with Alice. So what can you make with Alice? Alice is a 3D programming environment, and it lets you create a multitude of things. You can create virtual worlds to explore that are full of 3D objects. In fact, there's one pictured right here in the slide where you can walk around a amusement park. You can also create an animation to tell stories, and that's how we're going to use it mostly, to tell various stories. Some I give to you, and your final project will be one that you create. You can create interactive worlds to explore, so a world where you can actually interact with things in it. And after that, the next step is you can actually make a video game with parameters that you have to abide by, and with win-lose scenarios. So Alice is, pretty powerful. You can make, as whatever you can imagine, you can pretty much make it. The only thing you're really limited by are the 3D models that come within Alice. But other than that, I've seen a lot of amazing things created, and if you go online, you can find tons of things that people have made. I get surprised all the time when I go do a search. So who makes Alice? So Alice is, if I didn't mention it already, it's a free piece of software, and it's created by a couple of universities. The main one is Carnegie Mellon, and the director of the entire project is there. Her name is Dr. Wanda Dan, and in fact, she's the author of the textbook we're going to use in this course. Stanford and Washington University in St. Louis are also heavily invested in Alice. And they made it because they felt there was a need to get more students interested in programming, and I'm very thankful because this tool has worked out excellent for us. So where can you get Alice? So again, Alice is free software, so you can download it. You don't have to pay anything. You can distribute it as much as you want to whoever you want. It runs on Mac, Linux, and Windows, so it's pretty much runs on all the major platforms. You can download it at www.alice.org, and there are a couple versions there. The latest version is Alice 3.0, which just came out of beta a few months ago. It looks very advanced, looks very nice, but it's not quite ready for us to use in the classroom, so we will still be using version 2.3 while they iron all the kinks out of 3.0. So yep, you can go to alice.org, download version 2.3, and that's pretty much the main software you're going to be using in this course. So I suggest you guys do that as soon as you can. So why are we using Alice? So one thing is, in the school we have every student take programming. In most high schools, programming is something that only a select few take, and it's because they want to take it, and they're very invested. They love it. They already know they love it as soon as they walk into the class. But for us, since we have every student take programming, we wanted to find something that could engage everyone and something that everyone will find fun, programmers as well as non-programmers, and maybe in the process we'll convert some of those non-programmers, students who don't see themselves programming. Maybe they find that they like it better than they thought they would. That's one reason. It's fun. Another reason is that despite it being fun and easy to use, you actually do learn a lot. You learn a lot of the concepts, which is what's important, I think, in a foundation or introduction type of class. Um, and you do this because a lot of it is drag and drop, a lot of it is clear, color coded. You don't have to worry about syntax. And in other programming languages, you're typing out the, code, and if you misplace a semicolon or you put a period in the wrong place, your entire program won't work. Even if your logic is correct, it's just because you don't know, the little nuances of this language, and you don't have to worry about that in Alice. You just have to get the ideas right, and I think that's the most important thing. So Alice does a good job of that. Um, and another reason is, even though it's easy to use, it's fun to use, it actually does do a good job of preparing students for future courses in programming. I find after this course, a lot of the students take Python, and I find that a lot of the students, since I started doing this, they go into Python and they already know a lot of the terminology. They understand the structure of programming, and I've seen that the performance in my higher level courses has gone up since I've started doing Alice. So I think Alice does a good job of that. So our next steps. So I've told you about what Alice is, what it allows you to do, who made it, and where you can get it. So now it's time to go get it. So I'm gonna have everyone get their laptops, go to alice.org, download and install Alice 2.3. And once you've done that, you could take a few minutes to play around with the interface, explore it a little bit. But then I want you guys to run some of the example worlds that come built in to Alice 2.3, so you guys can get a sense of what Alice worlds actually look like. So with that said, you guys can get started on this assignment.